now, and hello everybody, and welcome back to Blab2Learn. And I'm your host Malhar, and I have my co-host Falguni here. And we are so excited to have Ancita join us and talk about influencer marketing. Over to you, Falguni. A quick round of introduction, and then to you, Ancita.
Thanks, Malhar, and welcome, Ancita. Welcome to the show Blab2Learn. We are extremely delighted to have you here. And good evening to everybody present here on our show. We are yet again here with an exciting topic, influencer marketing in the digital age. And we have none other than Ancita Satija, who has a huge number of work experience in the field of PR. Currently, she is working with Corn and Wool 6 Degrees. And I'll go to her to tell a little more about her profile. And of course, my name is Professor Falguni Vasavda, and I teach advertising strategy at MICA. So over to you, Ancita.
Thank you for the introduction, Falguni. Hello, everyone, and this is my first Blab, and I'm really excited and looking forward to speak to you all. I work for Conan Wool 6 Degrees, and I've been in the PR industry for about 5 years now. And I'm really enthusiastic about social media, so I regularly blog and host a tweet chat called Social Powwow, where I talk about everything digital. And I'm pretty excited and looking forward to speaking with you all.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. So to go off, the first question that I want to put out is, how would you define influencer marketing in this digital era? Is it different from how you do in a traditional marketing?
Well, influencer marketing in context of marketing communication is an influencer is someone who has the power to shape opinions and buying behavior of a target audience. And influencer marketing focuses on getting these experts and leaders in a specific domain to drive a brand's message to a larger audience. Today, in the context of social media, influencers are not restricted to just bloggers or reporters. It's a huge audience that we are looking at. Somebody like you or I, if we are, for example, a foodie, we are not a reporter or a food blogger, but we actively review on Zomato or other apps. Then we become an influencer in that domain as well. So that's how influencer, the definition of influencer in context of social media has changed over time. And it's not just restricted to just the journalists.
All right. Falguni?
Yeah, so I had a related question to this. With the growth of social media, as you're rightly saying, the influencer marketing has spread also, right, to different domains, to different people. Common people like you and me also can become an influencer in our own areas of expertise. So is it, according to you, are marketers understanding the right way of doing influencer marketing? Or are they getting too awed by the fact that, oh, now it's just one tweet away and I can tweet this person and I bring that person into my influencers list? So are marketers getting it right?
Well, it's a very debatable topic. What I have seen and observed and read about is that most marketers nowadays feel that okay, so if this person has, say, 23,000 followers on Twitter or 50,000 followers on Twitter, that becomes an influencer for them. What they don't focus on is that whether the person they are targeting resonates with the brand or not. So that's something that the marketers are getting wrong, in my opinion. In fact, a couple of months back, I was reading this article in where it said that a 17-year-old boy considers himself as an influencer. That's because brands are approaching him to tweet because he has 23,000 followers. They pay him $500 or $1,000 for 5 tweets or a tweet per day. So that is something. If you just want to amplify a message, without thinking about anything, you can just pay someone a few bucks and get the message out. But are you really thinking about, what your brand stands for, the person you're targeting, whether he resonates or he's enthusiastic about your brand, is really important for marketers to understand.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, this is very interesting, like the number of followers.
Right.
So maybe if you can throw some light on, there are people who buy followers, right? There are people who get these sites from where they can pay and buy. So how does the brand see whether the choice of the influencer is right or wrong? Any lessons learned there?
Well, it's just not about the number of followers. There are a couple of other things to understand here. It's also about the content and the kind of engagement the person has. So just saying that, oh, he has a lakh of followers and that's my target, that's completely wrong. The kind of content that the person is sharing becomes really important here. So yeah.
Yeah, that's very important. Yeah, Mala.
Right. No, that's a nice point in a way that I'm not sure how to put this, but where do you put the blame? You can't. I'm not sure. Can you blame the influencer, the so-called influencer, for being the way, for behaving the way he behaves, or you blame the brand for picking up him as an influencer?
Well, that's an interesting question, and it is again debatable. We've really not. I don't think I have one right answer for this question. But what overall, like I said, what we need to keep in mind is, no matter, we need to see holistically the profile of a person before calling him or her an influencer. Because everybody thinks on social media, everybody is an influencer in some regard, but it's up to us who we consider as an influencer for our brand. So it varies from brand to brand, it varies from person to person and the profile that they have. It's not just about seeing their Instagram followers, or it's not just about seeing their Facebook profile, but a holistic approach to understanding the profile of a person becomes really important.
Right, but I guess for brands, the easier way out is check out the number of followers and say, okay, he has 10,000 followers. Okay, he's an influencer. Do you think that happens?
In the industry, I see that the first thing that people say, oh, let's just check out how many Twitter followers this person has. If he has, say, 5,000, 6,000 followers, oh, he's an influencer for me. But again, that's something that people need to understand, not just the marketeers, but in PR agencies and communications professionals. They also need to understand that influencers is not number of followers. And in the long run, they are going to become your safety net for the brand.
Yes,
exactly.
So you need to spend that amount of time and effort in culling out who these people are.
Right. But it's interesting to see, like, how do you close those gaps? Because there is a client sitting with a huge ambition, outsourcing its duties to an agency. Now you have an ad agency, you have a creative boutique, you have a digital agency who is then further outsourcing the number game, right? So there are too many loose holes according to me. So like one random agency will approach an influencer, give a copy pasted tweet for the influencer to tweet. And we also know that there's a paid tweet because there are like 20 people on my list tweeting exactly the same content. So, really thinking, how do you, what all solutions do you see for this? Like, just I'm asking you off the feed, if you've thought of, what are your creative ways of, getting to the right influencer?
Using social listening tools to figure it out.
Yeah.
But that's about it. That's all I can
say. So is there a process or a brand or an agency can or should follow to pick out the right influencers?
Sorry.
So is there a process? If you have to say define a process, say 1, 2, 3, 4 line items, and say this is what should be the steps you can follow to pick up an influencer, what could be those 3 or 4 steps?
Yeah, so first will be a basic Google search of who these people are. Second will be to evaluate, again, according to reach, their relevance for your brand and resonance. So whether they resonate with your brand or not. And third will be just to see their overall statistics, their cloud score, or just their stats on how they are faring on social media.
Right.
Okay. And can you probably recommend any tool that people can look into while taking up such a process?
Social listening tools like Meltwater and Sysomos are something that I really like. So I'm personally using these tools to figure out where my target audience is. So yeah.
Ancita, it would be great if you can write down those tools in the chat window, because some people might not have heard. So yeah.
Meltwater and Sysomos, right?
Yeah.
So while
sorry.
Right, no. So I was just saying. So while I guess Manish is trying to join in, so I'm just trying to pull him in. Anyone else who wants to join in, just hang on for a moment. We will. Okay, Manish, I guess you want to do it again. I'm just kicking you off for a moment. It's just a term, so don't. I hope you feel all right. But if someone wants to pick up, join us now. They can join on the 4th seat, or you can put your question on the chat window on your right. Okay, back to the show. Falguni, you wanted to ask something.
Yeah. So Ancita, again, a related question on how these influencers are actually used by brands. So while giving a standard briefing to this influencer becomes of utmost importance, so that they know in what context they are being used and how their domain expertise is going to be utilized. But how fair is it to give standardized content? Like, it's almost like copy pasting whatever the brand is giving. Or should you leave something to the creativity, or you should trust the person, according to you?
I think you need to trust the person a little, because just giving, copy pasting and just giving stuff to an influencer, there are people who do that too, and they're happy doing that. But once you interact with the person, I think you're able to understand how creative they can get, or how much leverage you can give them to use their creativity. So yeah, but in my opinion, I think they should be given some sort of leverage to
Okay. Malhar, you want to take the next question?
Right. So a related question, in a sense that I'll just go on the other side of the table and say, if someone wants to become an influencer marketer, what are your suggestions for a person to become one?
So my suggestion, first of all, would be to focus on what your domain expertise is, or what you like, you're really passionate about, and build your community and network in a way that you're seen and heard talking about those things on a regular basis. That's when you build a brand for your own self to be called as an influencer. So I think that's the main advice that I would want to give.
All right, Falguni?
Yeah. So according to you, what makes for an ethical influencer? How would you define an ethical influencer?
So ethical influencer is someone who needs to have a domain expertise. Someone who's not running for followers, but it's trying to build an organically grown community of people who believe in same interests and passion. Yeah, so that's about it. And money should be the last thing on their mind.
Yes, I guess what we see is the reverse order. Money is first, then the others.
Yeah, in fact, I don't have a problem with money being on top of the mind if you've done it organically. If you've taken gradual time and patience to grow in your domain, then I think you demand that kind of expertise.
Well,
That
money will come by itself. You don't need to ask.
Exactly, you don't need to ask for it. I agree to that. I completely agree with you on that.
So one question I had, we see a lot of say the influencer marketer kind of websites now, right? Platforms, or as we would see coming up. What are your thoughts? Are those platforms useful for brands, or it's a win-win situation for an influencer as well as a brand or / agency?
I've personally not used any of these networks myself as of now, but I feel it's a very gray area because we don't know, because there are a lot of small agencies are springing up who promise that, okay, within X amount of budget, we'll get your hashtag trended because we have these 100 set of influencers who will tweet about this topic. And you're good to go. You're up there. Everybody knows about you. But I'm not sure who these influencers are, who these people are, and how relevant they are to me. So.
Okay, did we lost? Yeah.
Hello.
No, I think she's just.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. There was a gap. Ancita, can you hear us? Hello.
Oh yes,
Hello?
yes, we can.
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay.
So there's one question that has come up on the chat window, Sutapa. Do I need to study the followers of the influencer while choosing the one for my brand?
Sorry, your voice was breaking, so I couldn't hear you well.
So Sutapa has a question which says, do I need to study the followers of the influencer while choosing the one for my brand?
Yes, absolutely. Because when you're studying these followers, you might come across a lot of bots, and you'll understand who these followers really are. So it's really important to check the follower base of the person.
Right. Super. So we have last 2 minutes. So before we go, Falguni, you have any question?
Yeah, maybe one last as a finale kind of question, Ancita. So according to you, whose voice is more powerful? Do you feel the voice of the consumer is powerful, or the voice of the influencer is more powerful?
Interesting. So voice of a consumer is always powerful because consumers can make or break the brand. But if an influencer has the power to change the decision of a consumer, then I believe the voice of an influencer becomes really important.
In fact, I feel that your voice of your consumer will give you cues for your influencer marketing. So if you... Hello?
Yeah, yeah.
Malhar, can you
yes,
hear me?
Yes,
Ancita, can you hear me?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel that the moment you make the voice of your consumer stronger, that feedback will give you some more energy to put it in the system of influencer marketing. It will make the influencer marketing stronger.
Yeah, like I said, it'll become your safety net.
Right.
If you have your consumer advocates, they are ultimately going to be your influencers, and even if in time in times of crisis, you will have people supporting you and backing
The
you up.
consumers as an influencers are a better bet than a paid influencer campaign. Yeah. Cool. So that was the last question. And before we go off the air, where can people know more about you, find you, and connect with you?
Well, you can find me on Twitter by my Twitter handle Ancita Satija, and you can connect with me on Facebook as well. And I host Social Power Twitter chats on every Thursday 9 p.m. So you can always find
that
me.
Is 9
yeah,
p.m.
I must add to the entire audience that is present here. She conducts extremely interesting Twitter chats. And it is a very cute name, Social Powwow. So, Social Powwow with one chat every Thursday, you must join.
All right.
Thank you.
Cool. Thanks so much, Ancita. Thanks for joining us on the show. It was so wonderful to have you. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ancita. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for your time.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye, everyone.
And a big thanks to the audience.
Cheers.
Bye.